Our cells love antioxidants. Antioxidants protect our cells against damage. An excellent source of antioxidants are fruits and vegetables. Fruits and veggies are high in vitamins A, C, and E, all great antioxidants. A 2011 Korean study found that vegetarians consumed approximately 2 times more antioxidant vitamins than their meat-eating counterparts. An antioxidant-rich vegetarian diet is another ageless advantage.
System greeted the Filipinos in the new year 2018. The country's Department of Finance says the law seeks to correct a number of deficiencies in the previous tax system and make it simpler, fairer, and more efficient. While it has drawn some supporters, some critics of the train law or tax reform for acceleration and inclusion have cited it as pro-rich and anti-poor, as prices in the market in the first month have significantly increased. But what's behind this new law? Who will benefit? Let's weigh in and rev up this new system today on Dynamic Living, the Total You.
Welcome to Dynamic Living, the Total You, the only show that for 14 years now has brought inspiration and information into your homes. And actually this morning, we are very much honored to have with us our friends from the Department of Trade and Industry as well as the Bureau of Internal Revenue as we try to discuss and to understand the tax reform for acceleration and inclusion, revving up the train law. So I'd like to welcome first of all our friend from the Bureau of Internal Revenue. She's the official spokesperson for BIR, the Assistant Commissioner for Legal Service, Attorney Marisa Cabreros. Magandang araw po sa inyo, Attorney.
Good morning po. Magandang araw, Dr. Jean. Thank you for inviting us here sa Dynamic Living. First time for us, but it's always a welcome opportunity para ma-explain po ano ba yung train.
Yes po, at hindi lang po ito magiging unang encounter natin. Marami pa po tayong mga days and months maybe that we will be inviting you so you can join us and, you know, do a follow-through with this topic. Heto po, Attorney, ano po ba ang goal nitong ating comprehensive reform tax? Bakit kailangan na baguhin po natin siya?
Okay. Train po or tax reform, acceleration, and inclusion, kaya tinawag nating train, ang objective po ng government is to have a simpler, fairer, and efficient tax system. And if you would notice, yung ating pong tax code, that's a tax code of 1997, matagal na po yung ating tax code. It's really high time na ma-revise siya, but in the past, it has been a revision of patches, bits and pieces being amended. But this time around, what the economic managers and our legislators did was to have an holistic approach of evaluating the entire tax system and restructure it to make it more efficient and also simpler to comply.
Pero pa, Attorney, mapapansin po natin, anything that is new, anything that is changed, you know, will really, you know, call for two sides of it. One side would say na okay ito, the other side would not be. Pero kailan po ang effectivity nitong ating train?
Okay, the train, the package 1, ito pong unang inilabas, Republic Act 10963, effectivity po niya is January 1, 2018. So ngayon pong unang araw ng taon, nag-took effect na siya. But we must remember the entire train is composed of several packages. Package 1 pa lang po ito na ang major change is on personal income tax, but it also touched on other tax type which later we can discuss.
Yes.
But the other packages is marami pa po yung kasunod. Like in fact, there's 1B na tinatawag. It covers amnesty. Package 2 is about corporate income tax and the fiscal incentives. Package 3 is about real property valuation. Package 4 is about capital markets. And Package 5 is about all other tax aspects na miscellaneous like mining, environment, health measures, that all will be tackled when we handle the Package 1. But right now, nagsisimula na po ang discussion ng Package 2.
Pero ibig pong sabihin, meron po kayong time frame, attorney, na kasi sinabi niyo po na 5 packages po tayo.
Yes.
Nauna lang tayo ngayon sa Package 1, which we will be discussing in a short while. Meron po bang time frame na, okay, for us to fully implement up to the 5th package or up to the end of the packaging, it will take us 1 year, 2 years, 3 years for it to be in full implementation?
The target under the Duterte administration, ang target po sana niya first to second year ng administration niya is all these packages is ma-put into place, because ang end in view is ang vision ng ating presidente is not just for his 6-year term, but hanggang he has a vision of making the Filipino lives much better and the country much better. So the vision is will cut through hanggang 2022 and hanggang 2040 to make a good and better Philippines for all of us.
So maganda naman po talaga ang adhikain at ang kaniyang Pero let's talk about Package 1
Yes
po muna, attorney. Kasi yung vision na yan to make a better Philippines in 2040, which is for the younger generation, mga kabataan na natin po yun. Sila na ang mag-aano nun They will be the ones who will feel the impact of what we're doing now. Pero let's talk about Package 1, which is actually going to affect a lot of us, no? Like kami sa medical sector, o kaya naman yung mga professionals, yung mga self-employed. Pag sinabi po natin na Package 1 na sinimplify po yung ating personal income tax, paano po ito nangyari?
Okay. If you compare it with the old tax system, dati po ang tax structure natin, all individuals are being taxed at 5. Ang range po ng tax rate is 5% to 32%. Just to emphasize, yung 5%, 10,000 pesos po, annual tayo, annual income of 10,000, it's being taxed already at 5%. And the highest bracket of 32% kicks in at an annual gross taxable income of 500,000 pesos. With the new train law, the portion of income tax, there was a huge reduction in the income tax burden for individuals. Yung una pong 250,000 pesos annual.
Annual po yun. So pag kinompute po natin yan, attorney,
that's around
21,000 something a month. Opo.
Zero tax po. So yung dating 10,000 at 5%, 250,000 po ngayon, 0%.
0%, opo.
And then, though the range, the bracket is maximum of 35%, the 35% will only start to kick in at 8 million pesos.
So malayo.
Malayo.
500,000 na annual income, na gross ngayon magiging 8 million po siya.
8 million, if you go over 8 million, that's when that 35% will kick in. So malaki po ang reduction. And in fact, with the and also a reminder, the old tax system po natin, the old tax rate, that's of 1997, 20 years ago na po. So we waited 20 years. So finally, ito na yung pangako po ng presidente to have it changed to lower the income tax rate for individuals.
Paano po pagdating naman, attorney, sa, di ba meron tayong mga overtime pays, meron tayong tinatawag na mga 13th month pays, 14th month pa nga yung iba pag medyo galante sila. Ano po ito? Kasali po ito sa taxation?
Kasama yan sa taxation. For somebody na swelduhan, they are the ones who are receiving this 13-month pay or bonuses. Doon po sa dating batas, 82,000 yung benefits that gets excluded, meaning hindi siya tinatax, tinatanggal siya. It was increased to 90,000 under the new train law. Another na-change po sa train is dati, meron po tayong tinatawag na personal and additional exemption, meaning an individual gets to deduct 50,000 and then depende kung gaano kadami ang anak mo, maximum of 4, you get to deduct 25,000 each. That was removed by the
Dito sa bagong
train
batas.
law. But nonetheless, even if it was removed by the train law, hindi po ba 50 plus kung ima-max out natin ng 4 na anak, 25 each 4, so that's 150.
Opo.
Exempted yan. Dito sa train law po, ang paunang amount is 250,000 na nga po so zero. So nakatuck-in na po doon yung portion nung nawalang personal and additional exemption. Kumbaga, it was considered.
Mga ilang percentage po ng total population natin, ng workforce natin, who will really truly benefit from this new simplified taxation for the personal income?
Okay. Based on data given, as said by the Department of Finance, 99% of all our individual tax-paying public will benefit dun sa lowered income tax rate. Kasi nga po, bumaba yung tax bracket, and at the same time, this is for all individuals, and there is a simplified structure even for self-employed and professionals.
So, paano po yun na, attorney, are the forms now changed? Like, for example, di po ba pagdating ng March, kailangan nag-a-apply na kami, nagfa-file na tayo for our income tax returns kasi malapit na ang April. Heto po ba, it's the same pa rin, the same month, the same process, or is there a change now?
Sa forms, with reference to the forms, even the train law even mandated po the BIR to simplify the income tax return, to make it 4 pages lang po.
Kasi dati, ang dami-dami.
Pages. You have an experience as a
Yes.
doctor, so self-employed professional po ang category ninyo. It goes several pages, more than 10. The law mandates for us to design a new form na 4 pages na lang po that would contain the basic information of the taxpayer and its income and then deduction and then payment. Pero a reminder ko lang po sa public, ang ating train law took effect January 1, 2018. Malapit na po yung ating filing season, hindi po ba? Taon-taon, nagpa-file po tayo on or before April 15. Reminder lang po sa public, ito pong ifa-file natin itong April 15, patukoy po sa ating income earnings of 2017.
So, hindi applicable yung hetong...
So, old rate pa po tayo. So, old form pa po ang gagamitin natin kasi it refers to reporting of your 2017 income tax
Kailangan
return.
ulitin natin yan, attorney, kasi baka ang akala ng mga kagaya namin na hindi na applicable yung last year. Heto, so it will still apply to the previous year.
So, the existing form po ngayon, for purposes of filing your income tax return annual ng covering your 2017 transaction, which is due to be filed on or before April 15 this year, you have to use old rate, you have to use the old form. So, existing pa rin po yung platform namin ng filing. 2 platforms po yan, EFPS or Electronic Filing and Payment System. If you're enrollee in that, you e-file na, e-pay pa. Or the other platform is what we call the EBIR form. You can file, there's a online application where you can, it's an interactive form, fill-upan mo yung form and then you can choose to e-file and then pay sa bank. So existing pa rin po yung mga forms in the system. Kaya lang, ang bago po dito sa train law, hindi po ba ang individual like self-employed, dalawa po yung fina-file nyo, April 15. Nagfa-file ka na ng annual return of the previous year, nagfa-file ka pa ng quarterly of the current year. What the train law did is minove po niya yung deadline nung first quarter. Para naman po hindi dalawa yung fina-file ninyo tuwing April 15. So yung April 15, annual return of the previous year.
Of 2017.
This year po, yung first quarter mo, instead of April 15, it has been moved by the train law, magiging May 15 na po siya. So you have a month na palugid na hindi siya magsasabay. So yun yung change naman on the filing ng quarterly.
But by next year po, full effect na itong new forms natin at saka yung implementation na totality nung ilang % lang ang babayaran na iisa lang, yung simplified form.
Yung simplified. So yung mga self-employed po, we will be coming up with a simplified form itong first quarter po na file ninyo ng May 15 kasi patukoy na po yan sa income earnings of 2018, so therefore income tax rate of 2018. So you will have as to put you in in the filing po, first quarter mo, as self-employed, May 15, pero simplified form. And then, you will have an annual return na simplified form by 2019 na based na on the current law.
Yes. On the current rate also.
Yes.
Pero paano yun, attorney? Like yung mga vendors natin, like yung mga nagtitinda lang dyan sa palengke, o kaya naman yung mga online businesses po natin, is this also applicable to them?
Yes po. Basta individual po. Ganito po, when we say individuals, there's two major category po ng ating individuals. Yung mga swelduhan at saka yung tinatawag na self-employed or professional, yung may nagninegosyo na single proprietor or exercise of profession. Yung mga swelduhan po, the employers will take care of their withholding. In fact, they qualify. If they qualify dun sa rules ng substituted filing, they don't have to file a return. It's the employer who takes care of their filing. Pero ang self-employed po or professional or yung mga negosyanteng individual, ginawa pong simplified ang tax sa kanila kasi they have an option. Ano po yung option? Di ba meron akong nabanggit na 0 to 35% na tax bracket. Applicable po yan sa lahat ng individual. Pero yung self-employed may option kung sa isang taon po sa tingin mo hindi ka lalagpas ng 3 million, may option ka to be taxed at 8%. Yung 8% na income tax po na yon is in lieu of business taxes, meaning wala ka nang babayarang business taxes. Yun na yung all-in na 8% na tax. And annual na po yung filing. So mawawala po yung monthly and quarterly filing ng business taxes kasi isang beses na lang po annual babayaran nyo 8%. Basta hindi lalagpas ng 3 million.
How do you monitor, attorney, kung talagang nasusunod ito or hindi?
Basically, yung ating self-employed in general is the sector na yung tinatawag nating hard to tax. Remember, the tax system of the Philippines is self-declaration, so we rely on the voluntary declaration of our taxpayers.
On the truthfulness of the person. And the
truthfulness of their reporting. Ginawa pong simplified yung tax rates ng self-employed para po voluntary mag-file na sila kasi it's easier to comply. Now, how do we monitor? Hindi po ba ang self-employed, marami po sila, like may services na nire-render, like halimbawa dito sa studio, the cameraman, the talents, you receive fees from income payer. The income payer is under obligation to report to us all these income payments. So it's in the database of the BIR na monitor po namin and na-check, oh, meron palang pumasok na income si Mr. X, did he file a return? If not, pwede pong masulatan.
So, ganun po ang ating monitoring. Punta naman po tayo dito sa banking. Heto pong banking, isa po sa mga concerns ng ating mga kababayan, pag ako ngayon nagpasok ng pera, savings, deposit, matatax din po ba ito? At gaano po kalaki ang magiging tax based on the new law that we have?
Okay. Under the old law, savings po natin, yung interest income lang po ha, yung interest income, yung kinikita ng ating deposito is being taxed already at 20%. Pag peso, pag foreign currency, it's taxed at 7.5%. But under the train law, they kept the 20%, pero yung foreign currency po, in-increase to 15%. So yung interest income earnings po natin on our foreign currency accounts, nag-increase na po napunta na ng 15%, so na-double po yung dating income tax rate.
Okay. Now, attorney, isa sa ating mga concerns dito ay hetong ating mga petroleum products. Hetong ating mga diesel, mga gasolina po. Kasi correspondingly, pag in-increase po natin yung tax sa kanila, which is embodied in the train law, correspondingly, yung ating mga bilihin ay tataas po. Yung ating pamasahe ay tataas din po. So, how will it now appear to our people na para bang ang maramdaman nila ay hindi pabigat sa kanila?
Given naman po talaga na with the, di ba po bumaba ang ating personal income tax, the government needs to come up with a measure na meron pa rin po makukolekta at the end of the day ang government because we need to fund for the build project of the president. So there are certain tax types na nag-increase. One of them is the excise tax on petroleum and all other items po na in-increasean ng taxes. We are saying, and also the data given by DOF and DTI is helping us out monitor the prices, hindi naman po ganun, let's say nag-increase by 8 pesos or 6 pesos ang petroleum hindi naman po eksaktong 6 pesos dapat ang increase kaagad sa pamasahe or sa presyo ng gasolina or mga bilihin, kasi po it should be a cost factor na pag dinivide mo by production is liliit siya, so it's just a centavo impact. Ang pakiusap lang po namin sa merkado sa public, yung mga negosyante, not to take advantage of the train law and ni-increase po nila yung full price on a per product basis. Hindi po dapat kasi nakaspread po yan.
Which is nangyayari po, Attorney, ha? Yes. It's reality. And we hope that DTI later on will be joining us also. So, matatanong din po natin sila, paano namo-monitor itong mga ganito po. Heto po bang excise tax natin sa mga sasakyan? Bakit po natin ini-excise tax ang mga sasakyan? At mukhang dalawa po for hybrid and for non-hybrid cars. Ba't po sila pinaghiwalay?
Okay. Yung mga vehicles po natin, automobiles, existing na po na subject yan sa excise tax. The train law just restructure the tax bracket kasi dati po it's low of 10, high of 60. So, sobrang extreme. So, they restructure it na naging 4% yung lowest, pero 50% tax yung highest. So, parang mas liniitan yung bracketing. But it has always been taxed and based on presyo ng kotse.
So, kunyari po, ako ay bibili ng isang kotse na 500,000 po ang kanyang price. Magkano po kaya ang magiging tax noon?
500,000 po, yung first bracket po natin is nasa 600,000. Dati po 2% ang tax niyan, ngayon po is naging 4%.
Okay.
So, the people who are buying automobile, they felt it already. Like, these are yung mga low-end vehicles na less than 600,000. From 2%, nag-increase po ng 4%. But take note, excise taxes po, automobile, petroleum, all the other products that are subject to excise tax, ang point of taxation po natin sa batas is nasa manufacturer side.
Hindi doon
nasa importer side, hindi doon sa retail or seller side. When the retail or the dealers or the supermarket sells it, it's deemed inclusive of the tax component already.
So, hindi na nila idadagdag?
Hindi na po.
Kasi kunyari, paglabas sa manufacturer ay 600,000 nga. So, na-tax na po yun. Nalagyan na siya.
Na po siya ng tax. And then when it was passed on to the dealer, naka-embed na po yung price component
Hindi si dealer magdadagdag ng additional
excise tax.
Kasi otherwise, hindi na siya maa-afford natin.
Yes, kasi yun nga po yung we are happy that TTI is helping us out monitor prices kasi nasa manufacturers or importer side po ang imposition ng tax. So pagbaba sa merkado, naka-embed na yon. Yes, indirectly it will have an increase, pero not the full amount of the tax kasi naka-spread naman po yan. And besides, ngayon po siguro maaring masabi may impact na kasi now is January
22 na tayo.
22.
Opo.
Kasi po yung stocks, especially nung first week of January, yung stocks po sa merkado is nanggaling pa po yan sa pre-produce nung December. So wala pong tax or napagbayaran na siya base sa old tax rate na nandyan sa merkado.
Pero yun nga ang masaklap nun, attorney. Dinadamay na nila kahit na old stocks yun Pagdating po naman natin sa sweet beverages, heto na parang medyo malaki ang tax niyan Opo.
Yan naman po, it's a combination of revenue measure, pero primarily health measure. Marami pong datos ang binigay sa atin ng Department of Health and then katulong ng Department of Finance. They want to address na maging choosy po ang ating publiko, which is better, water or soft drinks. Soft drinks is sabi nila mas masarap, but it has a lot of health implication. Doktora po kayo, ma'am. So we are helping out and the government as a policy is helping out address yung health negativities ng beverages which is high in caloric content or sugar content.
Pero meron pong exemption dyan, di ba,
yes.
Attorney?
There are exemptions na naturally, it has sugar content, but it will not be taxed things like milk, the natural fruit juices. Well, there's a long enumeration in the train law, but naging maingay po before is yung coffee 3-in-1. So kasama na po siya sa excluded, so hindi siya
kasi din masyado kasi maraming tao umiinom nun
Yes
di po ba?
So inihabol po during the BICAM na one of the excluded is the coffee ground, whether kung ano man yung component niya, 2-in-1, 3-in-1, so hindi siya kasali po.
Paano po pagdating sa estate and donor tax? Binago niyo rin po ba ito?
Yes.
Does it now benefit us? For example, meron tayong donations, no, na galing sa mga magulang natin. O kaya naman pag namatay tayo, meron tayong ipapass on na property sa mga kabataan natin. Paano po siya naging simplified at paano po siya magbe-benefit ngayon sa mga tao?
Okay, estate taxes po, dati po ang tax bracket natin from 5 to 20%. It's a range depending on the amount of the estate. And then, pag namatay yung decedent, hindi siya maka-withdraw ng pondo. So the train law reduced the rate to 6% flat rate. Deduction po, dati po namumroblema yung heirs or administrator, mag-iipon pa siya ng resibo ng funeral, medical, judicial. So ngayon, wala nang ginawa ng simple, may standard deduction na 5 million. No questions asked, basta 5 million na standard deduction. And then if you have a home, dati po ang family home deduction 1 million. Ngayon po, 10 million.
Oh, so tumaas na siya.
Tumaas yung deduction, tumaas na yung deduction, lumiit pa yung rate.
Babayaran mo.
So 6% na siya na flat. Pagdating po sa donor's tax, ganun din po. Dati there's a range of a maximum of 20% na donor's tax, plus if you donate to a stranger, meaning hindi mo kamag-anak, there's a technical definition in the tax code, 30% po ang tax nun. Ngayon din po, flat rate, 6%. So parang restructure po ng batas to make it simpler. Di po ba pag nagbebenta tayo ng lupa, talagang may 6% na tatax yun?
Meron talaga, opo.
So ngayon, whatever is the disposal of your asset, ibenta mo, 6%, i-donate mo, 6%, iwanan mo sa'yo, itipamana mo, 6%
pa rin. So, kumbaga, dati kasi pwedeng hanapan ng paraan kung saan ka makakamura, di ba?
Yes, ang tinatanggal po natin na yung tinatawag na nagkakaroon ng simulated transaction just so to lessen the tax consequence kasi mahal maiwan sa estate or mahal i-donate kaya nagkakaroon ng simulated.
Mas kawawa pa nga yung iniwanan mo kasi mag-iipon pa siya pambayad.
Yes
di po ba?
Tapos ngayon, dun din sa batas, if the decedent has cash, dati po, hindi mo pwede i-withdraw.
Hindi talaga, until mabayaran mo yung estate tax.
Tapos maximum 20,000 lang, magpapaalam ka pa sa commissioner kung pwede mag-withdraw. Ngayon po, the train law allows the administrator, the heirs, to withdraw money, walang maximum amount, pero the bank is magwi-withhold siya ng 6%.
Para
pangsiguradong mapagbayaran at hindi naman ma-deplete yung
Attorney, we'll take a very short break po. And when we return, we'll continue on with our discussions on the train law. Kasi alam ko po, lahat ng mga tagapagpanood natin, tagapagpakinig, they're very interested to learn and understand this. So please stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Yung train law kasi tumaas yung mga karamihan ng mga pagkain, mga inumin, sigarilyo, pati yung gas.
Siguro din dahil nga sa papataasin ni Pangulong Duterte ang salary ng kagaya ng pagtaas niya salary ng mga police, inenex niya ang mga teachers, doon naman.
Ang train law, tinaas lahat eh. Walang bumaba. Ang bumaba lang, yung tinatawag nilang malilit ang sahod. Pero kinukuha pa rin nila yun eh. Sa pamamagitan ng pagtaas na lahat ng bilihin, taas na pamasahe, lahat. Kulang pa nga yung binigay nila, sa totoo lang.
Sa akin naman, okay lang naman about dun sa mga tax. Mas maganda nga, mas parang makakatulong siya sa atin. Like for example, dun sa pag-inom natin ng soft drinks. Kung dati mas pinipili natin uminom ng soft drinks kaysa sa tubig, siguro ngayon na mas mahal ang mga goods natin because of the sugar, mas unahin natin uminom ng tubig, mas healthy, mas maganda.
Siyempre, lahat kasi naapektuhan eh. Kasama yung mga pamilya mo. Oo. Kasi yung mga kinakain, tumataas eh.
Para sa akin, ma'am, hindi naman po, okay lang yun, ma'am, kung pataasan na yung presyo. Pero kailangan po, yung maliliit, halimbawa, maliit na mga manggagawa, kailangan po, ma'am, i-level po natin. Parang ipapantay po, halimbawa, yung iba, mataas na po yung sahod lang. Yung iba naman, mababa lang. Kailangan medyo pantay lang po para yung iba naman kasi para mabili din ng gusto ng bilhin. Halimbawa, ganito, magtatanong sila, ang mahal naman ito, tapos may tax pa. Siyempre, ma'am, yung iba, pupunta talaga sa mababa na presyo, doon talaga sila kukuha. Yun lang po ang masasabi.
parang hindi rin gaano patas kasi mapapabor sa kanila tapos mapiktuhan naman yung mga maliliit. Kaya mahirap. Pero kung batas yun, ay wala tayong magawa kasi sa gobyerno yun eh.
Welcome back to Dynamic Living the Total You with our episode Revving Up the Train Law. Ngayon naman po, ang ating mga tagapagpanood, no, our viewers and our listeners, we are now joined by the Assistant Secretary of the Consumer Protection Group dito po sa Department of Trade and Industry, si Attorney Ernesto Perez. Magandang araw po sa inyo, Attorney.
Magandang umaga po sa ating mga kababayan, sa mga nanonood sa programa. Isa pong malaking karangalan na may imbita sa programang ito para ma-explain sa ating mga kababayan insofar as DTI is concerned kung anong epekto ng train law sa ating mga basic necessities and prime commodities na minomonitor po ng Department of Trade and Industry.
Opo, mahalaga po yun. Kasi kanina po, if you were listening, doon sa first part po natin, kausap po natin si Bureau of Internal Revenue, no? At sinabi nga po nila kung ano yung mga dapat bantayan at saka paano in-explain niya rin kung bakit mahalaga na baguhin yung batas natin, no? So heto, Attorney, ang train law is, you know, being said, if you go to the streets and you ask people, like ako namamalengke kasi ako so minsan makakausap ko yung mga vendors doon o kaya naman yung mga pasyente ko minsan nakakausap ko din. Lalo na yung mga ordinary mamamayan. Ang pakiwari po nila ay ang train law is more of anti-poor and pro-rich. Bakit po kaya ganun ang kanilang concept? At pangalawa po, dapat po ba silang mag-alala tungkol sa batas na to?
Dapat po maintindihan natin mga kababayan ang purpose ng train law, which is, na-explain po sa ating kanina, ating kasamahan sa BIR, ang purpose is to correct the deficiencies and to come up with a fairer, simplified, and reasonable tax basis. We have to understand po na ang taxation is the lifeblood of the nation. Kailangan po ng ating gobyerno na isustain itong, lalo na itong build program ng ating Presidente Duterte, na kung saan po ay napakahalaga na isuportahan na ating mga mamamayan. Dahil unang-una po, sino po ang magbe-benefit, no, sa Build It program? Tayo po ng mga mamamayan. Ano po ang purpose? Ma-improve po ating traffic. Ito po ang karamihan na complaint ng ating mga mamamayan. Sa pamamagitan po ng build, ma-improve po ating traffic. Ngayon po, ang average speed ng traffic sa Metro Manila is only 10 kilometers per hour. Pag nag-implement na po natin build, magiging ma-improve po ito, magiging 20 kilometers per hour na po. At saka po, dadami po ang kalsada na madadaanan natin mamamayan. Improve po natin yung mass transit system. Lahat po ito para sa ating mamamayan. Kaya
so lahat po yan, Attorney, kukunin doon sa revenues na ma-generate dito sa batas na ito?
Hindi lang naman. Siyempre, kailangan po nating gobyerno ang finance, no? To finance its various projects. So, increase ng sweldo ng ating mga guro, ng ating mga sundalo, ng ating mga kapulisan. I-distribute po ito. Kaya po ang sabi nga ng purpose ng train law is to rationalize, to come up with a more simplified taxation system. So para po ang purpose natin mo, sa kabutihan natin, kaya napakaganda nga na decision, it's a train where everybody is a commuter. We ride in the train, it goes, and the purpose is for acceleration and to include everybody in this train. Kung madiskaril po, di lahat tayo epekta po, bigyan po natin ng pagkakataon ng ating gobyerno na susuportahan po natin programa dahil tayo po lahat nakasakay sa train nito at sabay-sabay po tayo nagta-travel.
So ano po ang effect nito po, sir, ngayon sa basic commodities natin?
Ang direct impact po ng train law insofar as basic necessities and i-define ko lang po muna yung
kung
basic necessities.
Opo.
Ito po yung mga goods that are essential to our existence and sustenance. Kagaya po, basic necessities, bigas, canned sardines, laundry soap, locally manufactured instant noodles. Sa mga prime commodities naman po ito yung mga canned and processed beef,
kunyari, hotdog,
meatloaf, tapos cement, construction materials, electrical products, and then of course yung powdered milk, coffee refill. Ito po yung mga basic, ito po yung under the jurisdiction of the Department of Trade and Industry. Yung mga ibang produkto po ito po naman under sa ating Department of Agriculture. Ito po yung mga bigas, karne, gulay, no?
And mga manok, so dun yun.
Sa gamot po naman, ito under the Department of Health. Pero DTI po, ganito po ang analysis. Nagkaroon po ng study ang DTI. in-anticipate na po natin kagaya din po, lahat naman tayo mga consumer. So, in-anticipate na po ng DTI ang epekto ng train law. As of January 3 po, 2018, kung saan po nag-took effect ang ating train law noong January 1. So, ang ating pong Secretary of Trade Industry, si Ramon Lopez, kami po kasama, nagpunta po kami sa mga major supermarts sa Makati. At namin pong na-determine na hindi po nagtaas naman talaga. At kinumpute po namin, kasi ganito po ang explanation. Ang effect po ng train law is ang diesel fuel. As of January, nag-impose po ng excise tax of 250 per liter. So, ano po ang price per liter before January? Mga 32.50. 250 over 32.50, that's roughly about 7% increase sa ating diesel fuel.
So, dapat hindi naging piso yun?
Hindi po naging piso. Tapos, ano pong effect sa prime commodity? Ano po natin, yung pag-produce po ng good like canned sardines, 70% po nito yung cost of raw materials. 8% po no yung advertising cost. 8% po no yung selling cost. Only 5% is the distribution cost. Ito po ang transport cost from the manufacturing to the retail. Ito po lang po dapat ang epekto ng train law on our basic necessities and prime commodity. So 7% of 5%, that's roughly mga 0.04% only. In actual
price, sabihin natin,
on the average, ang dapat po pag-increase niya is 0.04 centavos to about 0.80 as of January 3. Ngayon po, per the latest figure computation ng DTI, it's still 0.04 up to 1.86.
So, ilagay natin po yan, attorney, sa actual, no?
Actual.
Kunyari po, bibili po ako ng isang latang sardinas kasi kakainin ko po. At sa totoo lang po, masarap ang sardinas po, sir. Pangalawa po, may health benefits po yan. Yes, kaya po tayo young looking because of sardines. So, pinopromote ko po ang sardinas.
Pinamaga po sardinas.
Magandang ako. Masarap po yan talaga, kahit na panghapunan pa. Kahit na pang sabihin nila, masarap ang sardinas po. Pero kunyari, ang isang lata ng sardinas, binili ko noong December 30. Kasi gusto kong bumili, gusto kong kumain. At ang bili ko po ay 7 pesos and 50 centavos. Sabihin lang po natin ganun. So with the train law po ngayon, magkano po ang expected ko na pag bumili ako ngayong araw na ito, ang 750 ko, ay dapat hindi umabot ng 8 pesos, di po ba? Pero mapapansin po natin, hindi ganun po ang nangyayari, which is the reality also. So ngayon, ang tanong ko po sa inyo, sir, paano po minomonitor ni DTI na itong mga manufacturers, itong mga distributors, itong mga retailers, they wouldn't take advantage of this, the new effect of the law?
Unang-una po yung ating mga manufacturers, meron po silang inventory na mga which will supposed to last for 1 to 2 weeks. Since January 22 na po tayo, i-presume po natin yung stock nila is na-produce po nila ito ng after January 1 na. Ngayon, yung ating pong Department of Trade and Industry is mandated to strictly monitor prices of meron po tayong tinatawag na suggested retail price.
Nakikita po natin yan
Yes.
SRP. Opo.
Yes. Ngayon, meron po tayong apps sa ating Android phone. No? Unfortunately, hindi pa available sa iPhone. Pero we're trying our best para
Sige lang, kukunti lang po ang may iPhone
pwede po natin i-download yung tinatawag na e-presyo. At anytime po, ang ating mamimili, machi-check niya yung presyo ng sardinas. Pag alam ng ating mamimili ang presyo ng sardinas, pagpunta niya sa isang supermarket o grocery, alam na niya yung suggested retail price. So, different brands po to. Ang ating mamamayan, mga isa po to sa advocacy ng DTI to empower our consumers. Dapat po ang ating mamamayan, alam nila yung kanilang karapatan. So, part of it, alam nila yung presyo. So, different brands. Kung makita ng mamimili ng particular brand ay mataas, di doon siya pupunta sa
mas mababa.
Ganun po yan. At saka po kami sa DTI, lalo naming secretary, tinatawagan po namin yung mga manufacturers at sila po naman nag-assure naman, hindi po sila magtataas ng presyo. Kasi po, pwede naman nilang i-apply kagaya ng ating computation kanina. Yung epekto ng train law is only the distribution cost, which is only 5% of the total manufacturing cost. Pwede po yung ating i-absorb po nila yan sa kanilang, pwede i-apply nila sa
para lumiit ng konti yung kanilang kanilang tubo, di ba?
Kaya 6% before net tax ang kanilang. So palitin nila konti tubo kasi po aware sila.
Makakatulong na yan
Makakatulong sa ating mamamayan at pati na rin sa kanilang sale kasi ang mamamayan pag nalaman ng mamamayan na mataas ang presyo mo, hindi ka bibilin. So,
actually, sir, I'd like to personally appreciate really the DTI, what you've been doing. Kasi isa po sa napapansin ko, aside sa you empower us, the consumers, eto ang mga barya-barya na to. Pag pumasok ka ng supermarket, may sukli ka pa dapat na 50 centavos. Hindi ka bibigyan kasi wala daw barya. Ngayon, pwede ka nang magreklamo. Ako po, dahil na-empowered na ako, pag may 50 centavos or kahit na 10 centavos yan, hihingiin ko po talaga yon. Kasi if you add them all up, malaki na pong bagay yon. So sir, how much increase is allowed then?
Under the Price Act, pag ang manufacturer nagtaas ng more than 10%, that's will already trigger. Papa-explain ka na ng DTI. Kasi meron po tayong na anti-profiteering law, anti-hoarding, or price manipulation under the Price Act. Pag nag-increase ka more than 10% of your suggested retail price, papatawag ka ng DTI, papa-explain ka kung bakit ka nagtaas. Pag hindi mo na-explain mabuti, kakasuhan ka. Meron po tayong administrative fine na as high as 1 million pesos. Meron po yung kulong na from 5 years to 15 years at meron din po additional fine na from 5,000 to 2 million pesos.
Meron po kayong mga napapakulong na, sir?
So far, wala po. Kasi alam mo, nung matay nga ako ng isang forum sa aming mga foreign trade attaches, sana po yung thinking na ating mamamayan sige, pag nagtaas ka ng presyo, susumbong kita sa DTI. Sila na mismo mag-adjust. Dahil ayaw sila, tatakot sila na may sumbong sila. Kasi meron pong policy ang DTI na no closed door policy. Pag may nag-complain pa sa DTI, tatawag sila sa amin 751-3330 o sa cellphone.
Ano po yung hotline ninyo, sir? Para ma-flash natin. 751-3330.
Sa cellphone po is, I think, 0917-834 3330. Meron din pong silang sa ating website, dti.gov.ph. Marami po kaming natatanggap ng mga reklamo. Yung po sinasagot ng DTI, kay ikaw maliit, kay ikaw malaki, mayaman, wala po tayong pinipili. Sinasagot po na, we try our best to address your problem or issue maybe within 2 days. Makakatanggap po kayo ng notice.
Ano pong programs meron kayo sa DTI, sir? Lalong-lalo na pagpasok nitong bagong taon. At alam niyo po, ang bumulagta nga sa atin, etong train law. And kailangan talaga nating ipacify or assure the viewers, our mga kababayans na although definitely there will be a little impact na we will be able to feel about it, pero at least in the long run kasi, mas maganda ang kaniyang magiging kahina.
Close monitoring of prices. Meron po tayong mga 2 or 3 monitoring teams in the Metro Manila region. Nationwide po, meron po mga DTI offices, may regional offices, may provincial offices that are mandated to monitor prices. Kailangan po malaman nating mamamayan, nandiyan po ang DTI na closely monitor. Kasi sa mga negosyante, pag alam po nila na minomonitor yung presyo nila at saka papatawag sila pag nagtaas, takot na rin po sila. At saka pag alam nila na yung mamamayan natin ay educated and active and empowered, pag nagsumbong sila sa DTI, alam nila na sasagutin ng DTI ang kanilang complaint. So this will prevent manufacturers or even our retailers from taking advantage of this train law. Because train law is not supposed to justify unreasonable increase in prices.
That's true. Kasi parang ang nangyayari ngayon heto yung ginagawa nilang kadahilanan. Kaya napapasama tuloy hetong batas mismo. Pero sir, ano-ano po bang mga produkto na dapat hindi i-increase even despite na meron tayong train law?
Ito po, kung magtataas man, kasi to be practical, very minimal lang aming dapat ang pagtaas nila from 4 centavos to 1.86 centavos. 1 peso and 86 centavos. Ito po yung mga dapat, canned sardines, corned beef.
Ang gatas po ba dapat hindi tumaas?
Sa ngayon po, sa aming reports, hindi po tumaas. Meron pa nga iba, mas mababa.
Mas bumaba pa.
Kasi competition Alam ng mga retailers natin naman pag nagtaas sila, baka hindi sila bilhin, maapektuhan yung kanilang presyo. So ina-absorb mali nila, pa-justify, absorb na lang, bawasan nila yung kanilang selling cost or advertising cost or even yung net profit nila, absorb nila para hindi tumaas. Ngayon kung tumaas man, dapat minimal lang.
Yun nga po sir, dapat minimal para hindi masyadong malaki ang impact, ang effect Kasi minsan, ang nasasabi nga po ng mga kababayan natin bumaba nga yung aking tax no sa self-employed na sector. Pero para bang hindi naman enough to mitigate or to be able to ipantayan kung ano yung in-increase ng mga products and goods. Kaya kami po ay nagagalak nandito kayo ngayon at si BIR parang explain sa ating mga kababayan. We'll take a very short break po, sir. And when we return, we'll continue on with our discussion so that the people out there watching or listening us will be able to understand better the train law. Please stay tuned.
Thank you.
Are we ever too old to begin a physically active lifestyle? A 2009 study of 1,900 seniors would argue no. At age 70, the survival rate of those who were physically active was 2 times that of those who did not exercise. At age 85, the rate was 3 times higher. The study found that even starting physical activity very late in life was beneficial. No matter your age, a physically active life is another ageless advantage. Can you do anything today to prevent future bone fractures? Women were surveyed in 1976 and again 25 years later in 2001. When asked about wrist fractures and physical activity, interesting results surfaced. The women who were the most physically active in 1976 were almost 40% less likely to have a wrist fracture by 2001. Physical activity had a protective effect. Building strong bones is another ageless advantage.
Back to Dynamic Living the Total You with our episode Revving Up the Train Law. So ngayon naman po, balik na naman sa atin si Attorney Marisa, kasama ni Attorney Perez, no? So good morning po sa inyo ulit. Heto po, Attorney, parehong attorney sa aking kaharap. So ang tawag po nito, hetong presidente po natin, no, has the veto powers. Has he exercised it or has he, used this power for the train law?
Yes, the President did. Nung inilabas po yung RA 10963, it carried with it a veto message from the President. 5 provisions po nung ating batas was vetoed by the President. And currently, the BIR is working on issuing guidelines and pronouncement as to what is the impact of the veto message of the President vis-a-vis the application of the train law.
Okay. Now, who or what is covered by VAT exemptions? So, mauna si Attorney, and then si Attorney Perez naman.
Okay. Kung ikukumpara po dun sa dati nating batas, only in the Philippines po that we have more than 100 line items of exemption. Because of that, the VAT system got distorted. So, ngayon po, under the train law, inontian po yung exemption. It has repealed several VAT exemption, but it kept major sectors like the agricultural sector, yung ating pong senior citizen, the PWD, real estate housing, low-cost housing that has been kept. And in fact, for the leasing of housing, your rooms, yung dati pong rental income na 12,800, in-increase po nila ng 15,000. So, covered po yan ng exemption. So, it has kept the major social sector as exemption, but it has removed a lot para i-balance out po yung ating VAT system.
So, heto naman po, Attorney Perez, with this, yung inayos yung sa VAT exemptions, will it also affect or have an impact on the consumers?
Sa mga senior citizens natin, exempted sila sa VAT.
Kaya excited na po ako maging senior citizen.
Ako rin po, malapit-lapit na. Exempted sa VAT, meron pa 20%.
Meron pa 20%, di ba?
Sila po talaga, kasi empowered na ating mga consumer. Pag hindi po sila diniscount, binigyan ng discount o sinabject sila sa VAT, nagre-reklamo po kaagad sila sa DTI. Kami naman po sinasagot din namin kaagad yun. Nakakatuwa po.
So are there penalties for violators, Attorney Perez?
Let's leave it to the BIR.
Sige, mauna muna si BIR. Are there penalties for violators? Like for example, una sa lahat, yung mga hindi nagbabayad ng tamang buwis. Yes. Pangalawa, yung hindi talaga nagdi-declare ng tama. Pangatlo, alam niyo po, Pilipino tayo, yung mga kababayan natin marunong talaga magpasikot-sikot. Yes. Are there po?
Yes, the tax code, as always, merong existing po na penalties yan. Kasi po, as I mentioned earlier, we rely on self-declaration. So, kailangan po may teeth po yung ating batas to really seek voluntary compliance sa kanila. And if not, may penalties po. In fact, yung pong tinatawag nating tax evasion, at saka yung failure to issue receipts, which is the very common na obligasyon po ng ating merchants, is in-increase po ang penalty sa under the train law, just so to send out a message how serious the government is na yes, linower natin at ginawang simple, pero mag-comply naman po kayo kasi if not, we will really impose the corresponding penalty.
Sa inyo naman po?
Insofar as DTI is concerned naman po, ang violation usually, yung violation ng it doesn't comply with the standards law. Pag nagbibenta ng hindi sangayon the proper or compliant with the Philippine National Standard, nag-impose po ng fine ng DTI. Ang laki na po ang na-impose ng fine sa mga establishment. Pagdating naman po sa mga basic necessities and prime commodities, ang fine po sa kagaya na nasabi ko kanina napakataas po. It will range up to 1 million pesos at may kulong na 5 years to 15 years and administrative fine na 5 years to 15 years. Nakakatuwa po na insofar na wala po dahil siguro mataas ang compliance ng ating mga manufacturers. Ito po dapat ang i-change ng mindset ng ating mamamayan. Huwag na po nilang antayin na mag-violate o makulong sila o i-report sila. Mag-comply na po sila sa batas para ito po naman para sa kabutihan ng lahat. At napakaganda po isipin na wala tayong nahuli dahil ang mga tao ay empowered, nagre-report at mga manufacturers and retailers takot na mahuli dahil takot sila na isumbong sila sa biyayan o isumbong sila sa DTI. Sana po ganun ang mindset ng mga mamamayan.
Pero sa inyo po both, no, for BIR and for DTI, what are the immediate effects of the train law and what are the long-term effects?
Well, actually po sa BIR, taon-taon po, our performance is being measured based on attaining our collection goal. It will have still a positive increase in our collection kasi binalanse po ng ating mambabatas na though there's a huge reduction sa income tax, merong expectation of revenue recovery naman from other tax type. So, ang talagang challenge sa amin is kolektahin yung expected na revenue collection from train. In fact, for 2018, ang projected nilang revenue net increase is around 90 billion. So, ang challenge sa amin is ma-meet yan kasi kailangan po yan para sa build program po ng ating presidente.
Yes, sa inyo naman po.
Sa DTI po, aming mission statement is we enable business and we empower consumers. So, marami pong programa ang DTI, offices distributed nationwide. At ang number one po ay preventive is we have monitoring teams at that closely monitor the prices of basic necessities and prime commodities. Pag may nag-complain, hinaharap po yon. At napakaganda po ang success rate ng DTI, almost 100%. Pag hindi po kaya ng DTI, hindi jurisdiction ng DTI, binabato po natin yan sa jurisdiction like sa Department of Health, sa Department of Agriculture, para sila po ang humarap. But insofar as DTI is concerned, meron po tayong open door policy. Lahat po ng complaint natin, that's one way of assuring our public or people na meron po silang pupuntahan na pag may nakita sila nag-violate, nagtaas ng presyo unreasonable, this can be considered either illegal price manipulation, profiteering, or hoarding, pwede po sila magsumbong sa DTI. At ang DTI po mag-imbestiga, papatawag, and after due process, mag-impose po ng fine. At kung talagang kailangan, papailan po ng kaso for kulong at penalties.
Isa po sa katanungan po natin, lalo na sa BIR po, how do we now try to put in the measures na there will be no corruption with the increase in the revenues na we project, na talaga pong lahat ng ito, dahil nga tulong-tulong naman po tayo para marating natin at maabot yung goal natin, which is actually for a better Philippines, na wala pong corruption at this point in time and in the coming years. So kung whatever will be collected will truly be put into use, that will benefit all Filipinos.
Yes. On the part of the BIR, our task, our role is truly to collect. It's more on the being transparent on the expenditure side, on saan ba napupunta ang perang nakolekta kasi we are the one being tasked to collect pero hindi naman po kami on the expenditure side. But in policing our ranks, we really follow the mandate of the President na zero corruption, as in beef up the ranks in the BIR. In fact, under the new administration po ng ating Commissioner Dulay, there is one program that he's implementing, protecting not just the revenue of the government, but also preserving the integrity of the people so that the people will voluntarily believe and pay taxes because we've addressed and we've professionalize the
Actually, attorney, yan yung napapansin natin. Pag tayo ay nagbiyahe sa ibang bansa, ang tataas ng taxes nila, di po ba? Pero nakikita natin na hindi nagrereklamo yung mga mamamayan because it is properly utilized at napapakinabangan nila libre ang edukasyon, ang health nila, ang mga kalsada magaganda, very efficient ang services ng government offices. So makikita natin, I think when the people begin to see that, me personally, I also believe na we will be able to really encourage the people to help us in this venture that we have. A classic example po, ako sa probinsya po ako mapapansin ko po itong build. Kung nung araw talagang lubak-lubak yung mga kalsada, o kaya naman maliliit yung daanan, yan mapapansin niyo po, napapalawak na siya. So it makes it transportation very easy now. So that, health services, delivery ay napapadali kasi nasa health sector ako. Ang sunod po ay, what are the challenges that you foresee in the implementation of the train law? Unahan natin si Attorney Perez.
Ang challenges po sa nakikita ko dyan, well, core administrative, no? Pero dyan po ating DTI, I think they have prepared for this. Ang challenges po sa atin sa DTI, so far as concerned, DTI is concerned, yung monitoring ng presyo. Pero matutulungan po ang DTI kung ang consumer natin ngayon ay educated na empowered. Kung sila po magsumbong, mapapadali po ang trabaho ng DTI at mapupuntahan kung ano man yung grocery, supermarket or establishment na nagtaas ng presyo. Kasi hindi po makukover lahat yan. Pero pag ang tao nagsumbong sa DTI, sigurado na. At ma-assure naman po sila na walang corruption sa DTI. Kasi they will serve with passion, competence, integrity, at maigpit po ang sabi ng Pangulo, may amoy lang ng corruption tanggal. Pero ganun po.
Okay, sa inyo naman po, sa BIR po.
Actually, Del, ang BIR po ay tasked to implement yung train law. Marami pong
challenges.
We are supposed to issue out all guidelines, issuances, para po inform ang public kung paano ma-implement at paano sila makukomply ng tama doon sa train law. Kasi hindi lang po income tax. Marami pong tax type yan. So I'd like to take this opportunity po sa aming website, format namin. So, www.bir.gov.ph. Yung unang icon po doon is train. Pag clinic po yun, doon ho ang aming mga paunang palabas ng mga issuances, guidelines, advisories, newsletter, para po na ipararating namin kaagad sa publiko ano yung mga bagong guidelines na na-issue, new forms na na-issue, para ho alam kaagad nila.
Okay. Now, ano po naman ang mensahe natin sa ating mga kababayan ngayon? Kasi tapos na po tayo. Sige, Attorney.
Nag-apila po sa ating mamamayan na intindihin po natin ang train law po ay para sa kabutihan natin lahat. Lahat po tayo mga consumers. Kaya nasa gobyerno ka, kay mamamayan ka, lahat po tayo consumers So lahat po tayo ayaw din naman natin na magtaas ang presyo. Pero isipin po natin na ang train law, ang purpose mo nito para sa lahat, para i-support ang finances ng ating government, particularly ng ating build program ng Presidente, mag-improve po ang traffic, dadaming kalsada, mag-improve ang ating mass transit system. Pero ito, kailangan natin magsakripisyo, offering a little sacrifice para ma-attain po natin objective ng train law.
Yes, kayo naman po, Attorney.
Yes po, pag-usap lang po namin sa publiko, give the train a chance. It's actually investment po ng ating gobyerno sa mga tao, and it will have a long-term effect. Nasa pauna pa lang po tayong buwan ng implementation ng train law. But ang in-encourage po natin is it was made simpler para po mas marami ang mag-comply, mas marami po magbayad ng buwis kasi ambag-ambag po tayo para po sa magandang kinabukasan ng Pilipinas.
Okay, sabi nga po dito, even sa Bible, sabi po sa atin sa Mark 12:17, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's and to God the things that are God's. So tara na po, sakay na po tayo sa train. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat.
Magandang umaga po.
Searching for sweet success, we find in our hearts what God does best. We're happy to share it too. Dynamic living, making the best of you on fire. Dynamic living, sharing the faith, we're giving the love.
If you have been blessed by this program, share hope and help us continue to bring hope everywhere. Send your donations to South Philippine Union Conference through any of the bank details shown here. Hope Channel, sharing love, changing lives.